All right, so Dead Space extended gameplay. Um, Dead Space also I think is also remake. Was a remake or was a remaster? Let me see. Yes, yeah, it's a remaster. Oh no, it's a remake. Dead Space remake is on the horizon. I cannot wait for it. I know when Dead Space 1 came out, that was like long time ago. And it was hailed, not really hailed, more like it was on, gaming shows and all that. Was like, this is a game, this is a horror game that transcends horror games in general, with aliens and all kinds of weirdness that monsters have in common. Well, here we are, seeing how Dead Space now, well, after it went off the rails with 3, 2 still being alright, but 3 went off the rails. We're back with Dead Space, and they're trying to revive it. I don't know. I hope it's gonna be good because, well, nostalgia is a big thing for people who grew up with Dead Space, Halo, and all that those games. And seeing seeing a rise of Dead Space again would be pretty cool, and people are waiting on it. So yeah, we'll check into the extended gameplay. How this is going to be like. I know it's different, but Jesus. Alright, that was quite the start.
Hi, my name is Philippe Ducharme, senior producer on Deadspace. Today, I'm here to give you a first look at one of my favorite sections in the game.
Okay.
So we find ourselves here in the Ishimura's hangar at the beginning of Chapter 3. We're going to make our way towards the control room in engineering, where we'll attempt to restart the ship's engine.
Chapter 3, huh?
For those of you who remember the original, the hangar was much smaller than it is now.
Yeah, of course, it was. Well,
we get to explore this location and
lot of
literally
change.
fly through it before heading to our destination.
Before it was compact and all, but
Navigating
now
between chapters without load screens or
Whoa,
having a
that's
camera
changed.
cutaway
Everything
is
is
part of
bigger.
how we've reimagined the Ishimura.
not necessarily better, but definitely bigger.
We don't need to rely on the tram as the
And look
sole
for
way to
details
get
as
between
well.
chapters. It is now a seamless, interconnected ship.
Oh, that's pretty cool. The lighting and everything looks really good.
Entering vacuum.
75 seconds. It needs to get to an oxygen place. As you might, I don't know, choke and die in the most horrible fashion possible.
We've got 2 lurkers here. You can quickly get rid of them with the pulse rifle or Isaac's trusty plasma cutter. There aren't many traditional firearms on board. To survive, you may have to improvise and choose how to take each necromorph down. We're now entering the ship. We have a lot to show you, so let's skip ahead to Chapter 3.
Because I remember, that's what being like the game, the horror game.
We just received a briefing to head over to the refueling station.
That looks so
To
brutal.
get there, we're passing through the machine shop over here.
Not in the space horror game as well, which we have a lot of in these, the past few months. Got so many.
If you needed to backtrack or simply wanted to explore the ship further, you may encounter a completely different experience.
Oh, if you backtrack, it's different.
Different enemies, the ambience and lighting may change.
Oh my god, I remember
This
these.
is what we call the intensity director. It keeps the Ishimura unpredictable and brings some additional tension and challenge. The way to the refueling station is just a little further ahead. As you can see, some memorable moments are authentic to the original. We've added tons of graphical enhancement that support strategic dismemberment.
Oh, okay. I can
Using
remember.
kinesis, we'll bring that gondola over and make our way to the south refueling station.
That makes sense, right? It's like,
We need to gain access
to
to the fuel
decide,
management
do we
office,
want to kill
which
everything?
contains the power functions for the refueling station.
or so just
We can
cripple
follow
some
that
things.
cable to find our way there. One of the things we tried to achieve was to add more context to the various objectives, to expand on what was there, and bring a bit more detail and depth where we could.
It's so good. Really feels
The refueling station has no power. We can look for a way to access the fuel management office.
really like, you're like, goddamn, I'm alone on this ship. Big ass ship. You know, it doesn't really look like a ship anymore, it looks like a
This
station.
card should allow us in, and we can now make our way back.
Isaac. Hammond.
Daniels? You made it.
Thank God. After the bridge, we thought...
Glad to disappoint. I barricaded myself in the computer core. I can hear them, but I don't think they know I'm here. Isaac, I tracked down your rig. You're an engineer, right? I'll get myself admin privileges. Maybe I can help.
Now that we have access to this room, we're faced with a very tough choice. We could cut power to life support and rely on air canisters for oxygen, but today we'll play a section without lights instead.
Vacuum.
Oh my god. If you think about it, playing this game, you know, back in the day, Deadspace was like one of those games where essentially
With the power restored, the south
you,
refueling
you
station
had
can now
so
be
many
activated.
jump scares or even weirdness going on. The only thing I remember going to the corridor and have alien or monster come through like an elevator
In the
hunts you down.
decontamination room, using new tech, we've cranked up the tension.
Tension?
Dynamic
Yes.
smoke creates that thick and opaque atmosphere that makes you lose track of the lurkers, even when they're right next to you.
Oh my god. I hope the controls are not boats.
It adds to the claustrophobia, the feeling of being locked in with a pack of necromorphs.
I know why they do games, you know, like these with, you know, the controls being like boats because of how, you know,
Our
to make
last
it
stop
more
is the centrifuge. It's offline,
feeling
and the Ishimura is getting dragged down to the planet.
not able to do anything.
Attached generator.
It feel a helplessness
We've added
because
so much
you've
detail
got the
in here.
controls.
Particle effects, lighting, floating debris. We wanted this room to be imposing and tell a story at the same time. It's a lot more impressive, and its size makes it harder to keep track of the incoming necromorphs. So audio plays a huge role here in identifying the direction of threats.
What the hell? Oh, it's got some powers.
With one of the generator modules back in place, we can head to the second one. Flying in zero-G and not being anchored to the surface makes spatial awareness extremely important. Combat encounters can quickly become deadly, especially with leapers. And now, with the generator modules powered up, the centrifuge is ready to be activated.
Generator module attached. Clutch engaged. All personnel clear for centrifuge restart.
I hope you enjoyed this sneak peek at the new Deadspace. Thank you for tuning in.
It looks pretty solid. I mean, Deadspace, right? I mean, it looked pretty solid overall. It had a lot of things going on, and you know, maybe it gonna be the glory days again of Deadspace. But hey, nowadays we have so many horror games that take from one game and take from another, and here we are. Here we are, back at it again. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how you know how this game shapes up, and hope it will be amazing, an amazing remake of the old one. Yeah, let's see how that ranks in the horror games. We definitely need more. Kind of, not the same, but definitely not the same.